Finally, the truth you were never meant to hear is about to be revealed. For years, you have walked this earth believing you knew your Father. You thought you understood his story, his silence, his shadows. But God has chosen this exact moment to tear the veil away. Because your Father is not who you think he is. Imagine the weight of carrying a secret so heavy that even heaven shuddered to hide it. A secret that changes your bloodline, your destiny, your purpose. And today, every chain is about to break, every lie is about to shatter, and every mask is about to fall, because God himself has decided to expose the truth. Listen closely, for what is about to be spoken is not for the faint of heart. Heaven itself trembled before opening this scroll. An angel stood in silence, waiting for this hour to come. The hour when your Father's truth would be pulled from the shadows and displayed before your eyes. For years, you have seen glimpses, a strange silence when his name was mentioned, a door in the past that no one dared to open, a whisper in your bloodline that haunted your dreams. Every time you tried to look deeper, something stopped you, a wall of darkness, a curtain of secrets. But now, the curtain is being torn, and what lies behind it will shake your soul. God says, do you remember the nights you could not sleep, when you felt a pair of eyes watching you from the unseen? That was not imagination. That was not emptiness. That was a shadow of a truth trying to break free. A truth your Father carried but never confessed. A truth hidden in silence, buried beneath fear. And now the voice of heaven declares, your Father is not the man you thought he was. He was not just flesh and blood. He was not just a name written on earthly papers. He was marked by power, by darkness, by destiny. The story of your Father is written in the clash of light and shadow, in the battle between angels and fallen ones. His silence was not weakness, it was protection. He was protecting you from what you were not ready to know. But the time of protection has ended. The time of revelation has come. Every hidden thing must rise. Every buried truth must stand. The secrets you were shielded from as a child are the very answers you need as an adult. For without them, your journey remains blind. And God says, no more blindness, no more delay. Tonight, you will hear. Tonight, you will see. Tonight, you will know the truth of who your Father truly is. Do not think this revelation is ordinary. It is not just about one man. It is about your entire bloodline. It is about chains that were forged generations before you were born. Chains that passed from father to son, from name to name. Chains that controlled destinies, cut off blessings, and hid miracles. And now, those chains are breaking. But before they break, they must be exposed. The Spirit whispers, be prepared, for the truth may wound before it heals. It may frighten before it comforts. It may shatter before it rebuilds. But it is truth, and truth, once revealed, cannot be hidden again. Your Father's face is no longer just a memory. It is a key. His story is not just a story. It is a prophecy. And the heavens declare, what was buried in darkness is coming to light. The secrets of your Father are not hidden anymore. And you must listen, because with every word, you are stepping closer, closer to the revelation that will change everything you know about your life, your destiny, and your soul. Do you feel it now? The air shifting around you, the silence pressing heavier than before, the trembling in your own spirit as if something beyond this world is watching. That is not your imagination. That is the weight of truth preparing to fall. For truth, when it descends, does not whisper softly. It shakes the ground. It rattles the soul. It burns away illusions until nothing but reality remains. And God says, your father carried a fire that could not be spoken, a fire that shaped him, and through him shaped you. You wondered why his eyes sometimes looked older than his years, why his silence carried more weight than words, why he walked in shadows when others walked in light. It was because he was carrying more than a name. He was carrying a mystery. He was not who the world thought he was. He was not even who you thought he was. He was something more and something less, a protector and yet a prisoner, a warrior and yet a man chained. His life was a battlefield between two realms, and you were caught in the center without even knowing it. And now the veil is lifting, slowly, painfully, one thread at a time. Heaven whispers, prepare yourself, for the first shadow will now be exposed. But this is only the beginning. What you are about to learn is not the whole truth, only the edge of it, just enough to shake you, just enough to make your heart race and your breath quicken, just enough to prepare you for what is still hidden behind the veil. The voice thunders, your father was marked. Marked in ways the world could not see, marked by choices he never spoke of, marked by encounters he never revealed, marked by battles he never admitted. That mark shaped his destiny, and through him it shaped yours. And though the mark was hidden from your eyes, heaven saw it, and the darkness feared it. Do not rush to ask what the mark was. Do not rush to demand the full truth. The truth will unfold in its time, piece by piece, hour by hour, until the whole story stands before you like a burning fire. For if the entire weight of it fell on you at once, you would not be able to stand. And so you must wait, you must listen, you must endure the shadows before the light comes, because your Father's secret is not just about him, it is about you. And every breath you take now is carrying you closer to the moment when his hidden identity will be spoken aloud. The heavens declare it, and no power on earth can stop it. Now the question is not, who was your father? The question is, are you ready to hear it?
The silence is breaking, the air grows heavy, and the unseen world presses closer. Do you feel it? That tingling on your skin, that racing in your heart, that shadow moving in the corner of your sight? It is not fear, it is awakening. It is the atmosphere of revelation, because the truth is no longer content to hide. The truth is demanding to be spoken. And God says, look back, child. Look at the fragments of memory you once ignored. Look at the nights when your father disappeared without explanation. Look at the times when his hands shook, not from weakness, but from the weight of what he carried. Look at the stories he almost told you, but then swallowed with silence. Those were not accidents. Those were signs. Signs that his life was never ordinary. The Spirit whispers, do you remember the storms? The strange silence before they came? The way your house sometimes felt colder than the world outside? Those were not coincidences. The weather of the unseen world was shifting around him. Because where your father walked, realms collided. Heaven watched him. Darkness stalked him. and you lived inside a battlefield you never saw. And then there were the dreams. Do you recall them? The ones that woke you at night, trembling though you could never remember the details? They were not dreams. They were warnings. They were glimpses into your Father's hidden life. For in the silence of the night, God was already trying to prepare you for this hour, the hour when the veil would be lifted. God says, your Father's story is not written in ink. It is carved in shadows and light. Every step he took was marked. Every choice he made carried echoes. He was hunted, not by men, but by forces unseen. And though you did not know it, his battles became your inheritance. The ground shakes in the spirit as this word is spoken. Your Father was chosen and cursed, blessed with knowledge, burdened with silence. He walked the line between destiny and destruction. He carried a name that was not his own and a legacy that burned like fire within him. He tried to protect you, but protection has an end. The truth cannot be hidden forever. You wonder, was he a saint? Was he a sinner? Was he both? The answer is not yet revealed, because the story of your Father is not a single line. It is a labyrinth, and you must walk it slowly, step by step, until the center is reached. And at the center lies the revelation that will either set you free or break you. The heavens speak again. Do not turn away, do not run, for if you run, the truth will still find you. If you hide, the truth will still call your name. This is the hour of unveiling, and you cannot escape it. Do you feel the presence around you now? The air whispering, the shadows leaning closer, the silence thickening as if it holds its breath? That is because your Father's truth is alive. It is not history, it is prophecy. And prophecy does not sleep. It waits, it watches, it pursues you until you stand face to face with it. And now the Spirit says, the veil trembles, the chains rattle, the hidden doors creak. Prepare yourself, for the next step is not whispers, it is vision. Soon what was concealed will no longer be spoken in riddles. It will appear before your eyes like fire in the dark. The truth is coming closer, closer, closer. But not yet, not fully, for the mystery must unfold in its time. And though your heart aches to know, you must endure the slow unraveling, because only those who endure to the end will see the fullness of the revelation. And tonight, you are one step nearer to hearing the words, your Father is.
Close your eyes, because now the unseen begins to open. The ground beneath your spirit shifts. The atmosphere bends. The veil no longer trembles, it cracks. And through the crack, visions begin to flow, pouring into your soul like rivers of fire and shadow. The Spirit says, look beyond your natural sight. Look at the images flashing before you. You see a corridor, long, endless, stretching into the dark. Doors on both sides, each locked, each trembling as if something inside longs to escape. You walk slowly, and the silence around you is alive, whispering your name. You do not know if the voices are guiding you or luring you, but you cannot stop moving, for every step brings you closer to your Father's truth. One door catches your attention. It is old, worn, covered in scratches. A faint light seeps from underneath, flickering like a candle about to die. You reach for the handle, but the moment your hand touches it, the air shatters with a roar. A voice thunders, not yet, not yet. The time has not come to open this door. Your heart races. You step back, and suddenly another vision appears. Your Father standing in the shadows, half his face hidden, half illuminated. His eyes are heavy, ancient, filled with pain you never understood. He opens his mouth to speak, but no words come out. Instead, the silence itself speaks. The truth is chained. The chains must break before the truth is spoken. The Spirit whispers again, "Do you see now? Your father's silence was not weakness. It was a chain. He was not free to tell you who he was. He was bound by forces you cannot yet name. But the chains are breaking, slowly, painfully, and with every crack another piece of his story escapes. And then the vision shifts again. You enter a storm. Lightning flashes, thunder shakes the heavens. And in the lightning you see fragments of your father's life. A man kneeling in the dark, his hands lifted, his body trembling. A shadow standing behind him, whispering in his ear. A sword of fire hovering above his head, yet never striking. A book sealed shut, glowing, as if waiting for your hand to open it. Each flash shows another fragment until your eyes burn with questions that have no answers. The voice of heaven breaks through the storm. Do not fear what you see. These are not illusions. These are the pieces of the truth, the puzzle of your father's existence. And you, child, are the one chosen to put them together." But then, another sound, a whisper darker than the rest. It says, "If you dare to uncover his truth, you will carry the weight he carried. You will walk the path he walked. You will bear the curse he bore." The whisper tempts you to turn back. It tempts you to remain in ignorance. But the Spirit pushes you forward, declaring, "The curse is broken only when the truth is revealed. And you were not chosen to run. You were chosen to see." You fall to your knees in the vision, torn between fear and destiny. And in that moment the heavens speak again. The hour is not yet to speak his name, not yet to uncover the final word. But the hour is near. The vision is preparing you. The fragments are aligning. The doors are shaking. Soon, child, very soon the voice will thunder the words you were never meant to hear. Your father is... And with that, the vision fades. The corridor dissolves. The doors vanish. You awaken in silence, but the silence is no longer empty. It hums with prophecy. It breathes with truth waiting to be born. And now you know this. You are closer than ever before. The unveiling is coming. The question is, are you strong enough to stand when it finally speaks?
The silence is no longer silence. It is alive. It breathes. It watches. It leans close as though eager to whisper secrets you are not yet ready to hear. And in the stillness, God says, "The veil is thinning. The shadows grow restless. The truth is pressing against the gates. Prepare yourself, for what was once hidden in whispers is about to roar in thunder." You close your eyes again, and instantly you are drawn into another vision. This time, it is darker, far darker than before. You stand in a valley covered in fog. The air is thick, heavy, choking. Shapes move within the mist, shadows without form, whispering words you cannot understand. Each whisper feels like a claw on your soul, pulling, tempting, demanding you to turn back. But then, a light pierces the fog, a single flame hovering in the air. You walk toward it, and as you do, the shadows hiss and scatter. And in the flame, you see a figure, tall, radiant, armored in light. An angel stands before you, his eyes blazing like fire. His voice shakes the valley as he declares, "Do not fear the darkness. It hides the truth, but it cannot stop it. You have been chosen to hear what the generations before you were denied. The secret of your father must be revealed, for without it, you will never know who you truly are." The angel raises his hand, and instantly the fog clears.
and what you see makes your heart race. A massive wall stretching across the valley, ancient, cracked, chained with iron locks. Upon the wall is a single inscription, glowing in blood-red letters, "Your Father," and below it, chains wrapped around words too powerful to be spoken yet. The angel whispers, "This is the prison of his truth. For years, the enemy has locked it away, hiding it from your sight. Every chain represents a lie you were forced to believe. Every lock represents a memory you were denied. But the hour has come when these chains must break, when these locks must fall." Suddenly, the ground shakes. The chains rattle violently. A deep roar echoes through the valley, as if the very wall is alive. The angel turns to you and says, "Prepare yourself. When this wall falls, the truth will not whisper, it will scream. And once it screams, nothing will ever be the same again." The vision shifts again. Now you are standing in a great hall filled with portraits of your ancestors, faces you do not know but somehow recognize. Their eyes follow you as you walk past them. Some eyes are filled with light, others burn with shadows. And then you see him, your father. His portrait hangs larger than the rest, but it is covered in chains. The eyes of the painting seem alive, staring straight into your soul. And then the mouth of the painting moves. His voice trembles as he says, "Child, forgive me. I could not tell you. I was bound. But the truth is coming. The truth is coming." The chains across the portrait tighten, silencing him. The voice of the angel echoes again. "Do you see? Even now, the truth fights to be heard. But patience, patience. Every chain must break in its time. The full revelation cannot be rushed, for if you hear it too soon, it will crush you. But if you endure, it will free you." The hall begins to collapse. The portraits fall, shattering. The chains rattle louder. The vision shakes you to your core. And just before it fades, you hear one final whisper from the heavens. The truth is not far. The voice is almost ready. Soon the words will thunder. Soon you will hear, "Your Father is." You awaken trembling, your breath unsteady, your heart pounding. The air around you feels heavy still, as though the vision followed you back into the waking world. And though you still do not know the full truth, you can feel it pressing closer, inch by inch, heartbeat by heartbeat. The unveiling is near, and once it comes, nothing in your life will ever be the same again.
The silence grows heavier, not the silence of peace, but the silence that comes before a storm. Every breath you take feels borrowed, as though the air itself is waiting for the moment when heaven finally tears the curtain apart. And God whispers, "Do not think this is chance. Do not think this hour arrived by accident. Every step you have taken, every question you have asked, every sleepless night when your soul cried out for answers, was leading you here, to this very moment, to this very truth." And suddenly, the vision begins again. The fog returns, thicker than before. You feel the cold cling to your skin, and the whispers in the mist grow louder. They do not speak with one voice, but with many, thousands of tongues, all murmuring fragments of a story you cannot piece together. Some say your father's name, some say your own, some laugh in mockery, while others weep as if mourning. The sound is unbearable, but you cannot shut it out, because this is not noise, it is memory. It is the memory of everything your father carried, crying out to finally be heard. Then a shadow emerges, taller than the rest, a figure cloaked, faceless, moving slowly toward you. Every step it takes makes the earth tremble. You try to move back, but your feet are rooted, frozen in place. The shadow raises its hand, and instantly the whispers fall silent. And in the silence, the shadow speaks in a voice that echoes like thunder. Do you truly wish to know who your father is? Once this truth is spoken, it can never be unheard. Once this veil is torn, it can never be mended. Are you ready for a truth that will break you before it frees you? You cannot answer. Your lips move, but no sound comes out. The shadow tilts its head, as if studying you. Then, with a voice that burns, it says, "Not yet. You are not yet ready." And with that, the shadow dissolves into mist, leaving only the echo of its warning behind. But just as the mist swallows you, light breaks through again. A great flame appears before you, and from the flame emerges the angel, the same radiant being of light, his armor blazing, his presence shaking the air. His eyes pierce you, not in judgment, but in sorrow. He speaks with power. Do not let fear chain you. The enemy seeks to silence you with dread, but truth is your inheritance. Truth is your birthright, and the truth of your father must come forth, not for his sake, but for yours. The angel stretches out his hand, and suddenly the fog tears apart. You see the wall again, the massive wall inscribed with the words, "Your father." Only now the cracks are larger. The chains rattle louder. The entire wall quakes as though it cannot hold much longer. And above it, letters begin to glow in fire. Letters that almost form a name. But before you can read them, lightning splits the sky, blinding your vision. The angel declares, "Not yet. The name is sealed for now. The weight of it would crush you. You must first walk the path prepared for you." And then the vision shifts. You find yourself in a great hall again, endless and echoing. Portraits line the walls, faces of your bloodline, ancestors you have never seen, yet somehow you know them. Each face stares with eyes that seem alive, watching, judging, weeping. Some glow with light, others are cloaked in darkness. Their lips move, but no sound escapes, as if a great silence was forced upon generations. And then, there, in the center, hangs the largest portrait. His portrait, your father's. But unlike the others, his face is half covered in chains. His eyes lock with yours, desperate, filled with both love and sorrow. And for the first time, his lips move, and though muffled, you hear it. "Child, forgive me. I carried this alone, but I could not tell you. I was bound, I was marked, and now the truth is coming." The chains across the portrait tighten, gagging his voice. His eyes plead, but he cannot speak more. The angel at your side places a hand on your shoulder and says, "Do you see? Even he longed to tell you. Even he tried, but chains stronger than flesh bound him. You were shielded, yes, but shielding cannot last forever. The truth will not stay buried. It fights, even now, to break free." Suddenly the whole shakes violently. The portraits begin to fall one by one, shattering into dust. The chains rattle like thunder. The floor splits beneath your feet, revealing darkness below, endless, bottomless. The angel lifts you before you fall, his wings spreading wide, and his voice thundering above the chaos. "Hold fast, the unveiling is near. The truth is at the gates. The moment is coming when the heavens will shout what you have long feared to ask, but you must endure. You must not turn away. For if you endure, you will hear the words that will change everything. Your father is." The vision fades with a violent roar, and you awaken trembling. Sweat covers your skin, your chest rises and falls in frantic rhythm. Yet even in your fear, something inside you shifts, a knowing, a certainty. You do not yet have the answer, but you are closer, so close you can feel it pressing on your very heartbeat. Every shadow, every chain, every portrait, every whisper, all point to one thing. The revelation is inevitable. It is coming, And when it comes, it will break you, remake you, and define you forever. The heavens whisper one final word as the silence returns. Wait, watch, endure, for soon the truth of your Father will no longer be a secret. It will be a fire.
The silence has stretched so far it no longer feels like silence. It feels like a living thing, wrapped around your very soul, refusing to let go. The whispers of past visions still echo in your chest. And then it begins again. The atmosphere thickens. The ground beneath your spirit trembles. A voice rises, slow and thunderous. The time of fragments is here. The veil will not fall all at once. Piece by piece, layer by layer, the truth will bleed through. Prepare yourself. You are drawn once more into vision. The fog returns, but this time it does not hide, it reveals. Figures begin to emerge in the mist. You see shapes, shadows, pieces of memory that do not belong to you yet feel etched into your blood. The angel appears again, radiant, his armor streaked with fire. His voice carries both sorrow and command. You have waited, you have endured. Now see the fragments of who your Father truly was. The first fragment comes. You see your Father kneeling in a dark chamber, his head bowed, his hands trembling. But above him is light, pure, radiant, golden light that seems to shield him. The angel whispers, "He was chosen. Do not doubt it." Heaven marked him. A mantle of calling rested upon him. He was not ordinary, not random, not nameless. Heaven chose him, and through him, you. The vision trembles, shifts. A second fragment appears. Now you see him again, but this time not under light, under shadow. A dark figure hovers behind him, whispering into his ear, clawing at his shoulders. His face contorts with agony, as if torn between two masters. The angel whispers, "And yet he was hunted, marked by the enemy. Darkness sought him as fiercely as heaven claimed him. He was chosen, yes, but also cursed. For every calling attracts chains. For every destiny there is opposition." The vision shifts once more. A battlefield unfolds before your eyes, vast, endless, stretching beyond sight. Armies of light stand on one side, armies of shadow on the other, and in the middle, your Father, alone, not fully on either side. His body is torn, his hands bloodied, his eyes filled with fire and sorrow. The angel declares, "He was a man between realms, not fully in one, not fully in the other. A warrior, yet a prisoner. A protector, yet wounded. He fought battles you never saw, battles that scarred his soul and chained his tongue. He could not tell you who he was, because even he wrestled to understand it." The air grows heavier as the angel lifts his hand, and a book appears in the sky. Its pages glow, sealed with locks of fire. You hear it hum as though alive. The angel says, "This book contains the full truth of your Father, his name, his mark, his legacy. It has been sealed for generations, locked by forces both divine and dark. But now the seals are loosening. One by one the locks are breaking, and soon the final page will open, and you will see." You fall to your knees, trembling, overwhelmed. The fragments crash over you like waves.
chosen yet cursed, protector yet prisoner, warrior yet chained. The contradictions burn inside your soul, and you cry out, "Who was he? What was he? Why did he live like this?" The angel's eyes blaze brighter, and he answers, "He was all of it. He was the paradox of destiny, and so are you." But before you can question more, the vision shakes violently. The fog rises, the battlefield vanishes, the book dissolves into fire. You are left only with the echo of the angel's final words. The time is near. The fragments are only the beginning. When the final chain breaks, the voice will thunder without restraint. Your father is... The vision collapses. You awaken, breathless, trembling, your soul heavy with the weight of what you have seen. The fragments are not the full truth, but they are enough to shake you, enough to haunt you, enough to prove that the man you thought you knew was only a mask for something greater, something darker, something written in realms beyond your sight. And now, every breath, every heartbeat brings you closer to the unveiling that will end all illusions forever.
The silence no longer feels like silence. It is a storm disguised, a flood held back by trembling gates. Your body aches with the weight of visions. Your spirit burns with questions. And once again, the heavens tremble. The voice returns, deeper, sharper, closer than ever before. Child, do not resist. You have seen the roots. You have walked the fire of blood. Now prepare for the chains to break. The ground beneath you splits open. Darkness rises. Not emptiness, but thick, living, suffocating shadow. And within that shadow you see figures, thousands of them, your ancestors, their eyes hollow, their voices desperate. They stretch out their hands toward you, some pleading for mercy, some warning you to turn back, some cursing you for daring to stand where you stand. Their cries weave into one unbearable chorus until it feels like your mind will shatter. And then light. A blinding spear of light pierces the shadow, cutting through the multitude. The angel descends again, but this time he does not stand tall and calm. His armor is scorched, his face fierce, his wings trembling as though carrying a war upon them. He lifts his sword, and with a voice that shakes the void, he declares, "It is time. The chains that bound him are about to break. But hear me, child. When they break, the truth will not only set you free, it will wound, it will divide, it will burn. Are you prepared to bleed for the truth?" Before you can answer, the vision pulls you into another place. You are standing on a battlefield. The earth is split into two, one side blazing with holy fire, the other dripping with unending darkness. Between them, your father stands. Not silent now, screaming as chains of fire pull him toward the darkness, and chains of light pull him toward the fire. His body writhes, torn between both worlds. His voice roars with agony, and for the first time, you hear the weight of all the years he carried. I am not who they think. I am not who they told you. I am bound by blood, by oath, by curse. And if you do not know me, you cannot know yourself. The words slam into you like thunder. You stumble, but the angel steadies you. His eyes blaze. Listen. Every son, every daughter must face the truth of their father. For through him flows the story of who you are and who you are destined to be. He was not silent out of choice. He was silenced by design. And only now, when the heavens themselves are ready, will the final veil be lifted. The battlefield shakes violently. From the sky, scrolls of fire begin to fall, each one inscribed with names, names of generations, names of the forgotten, names erased from history. As they burn, the names cry out in voices of fire. One scroll lands before your feet. You read it, and your hands tremble. Your family's name, carved into the flame. At the bottom, one word sears into your eyes: hidden. That is the truth of your father. Hidden, buried, locked away until this appointed time. The angel raises his sword high, and the battlefield cracks open. A tower of shadow rises, chains wrapping it tight, sealing something inside. You feel it, your father's presence within that tower, pounding against the chains, desperate to break free. His voice booms from within, echoing like a storm. Child, hear me. They silence me for you, but the silence cannot last. The truth will shatter the walls, whether you are ready or not. The angel turns to you, his voice urgent now, almost trembling. You are standing at the edge of destiny. When those chains snap, what was hidden will not only reveal your father, it will reveal you. And once the truth is spoken, nothing will ever be the same again. Friendships will break, bloodlines will quake, even heaven and hell will tremble, because this truth is not small, it is cosmic, it is eternal. The tower begins to crack. Light bursts from the seams, shadow leaks from the fractures. Every chain rattles violently, as though seconds remain before they shatter. You fall to your knees, your hands pressed to your ears because the sound is deafening. The sound of a truth too heavy for the world to hold. Yet the voice of God thunders above all else. Prepare yourself, child, for the hour has come. The revelation will not wait. Soon you will hear it, the words that will shake your soul. Your father is. The vision rips apart. Silence slams back down like a curtain. You awaken, breathless, trembling, drenched in fire and shadow. You know now, the chains are breaking. The truth is pressing against the veil. You are seconds away from hearing it, and once spoken, the world you knew will never exist again.
The night grows heavy, and silence no longer feels like silence. It feels alive, like an invisible hand pressing against your chest, slowing your breath, forcing your eyes upward. You sense it. The veil is no longer holding steady. Something beyond is pressing through, like a storm swelling behind fragile glass. The air thickens. Time bends. Every shadow in the room leans toward you, as though they too await the truth. And then you hear it. Not thunder, not wind. A sound softer than a whisper, yet louder than any storm. The sound of something tearing. The veil between the known and the unknown, the seen and the hidden, the past and the present. It begins as a faint rip, and then spreads like fire across cloth. The heavens tremble, the earth stirs, and your spirit shudders as the voice returns, deeper, sharper, more commanding than ever before. Child, the time has come. You were never meant to live in shadows. You were never meant to carry the silence. The veil must break, for the truth must speak. Before you can respond, the air around you flickers. The room you are in melts away. You are no longer standing on solid ground. You are suspended in a void, surrounded by fragments of memory. Shards of your childhood drift around you like pieces of glass. Your father's face half-formed, his voice muffled, his touch both near and distant. Every memory feels incomplete, as though someone erased the truth before it could reach you. You reach for one shard, but it vanishes in smoke before your fingers touch. The frustration inside you burns hotter. Why was it hidden? Why was it buried? Suddenly, the angel reappears, but not as you saw him before. His armor glows white hot, cracks of fire running across it, as though he himself has battled the truth and barely survived. His eyes are not calm this time. They blaze with urgency. Listen to me,
he says, his voice breaking through the void. The truth has been sealed for generations, sealed by blood, sealed by oath, sealed by enemies who knew that if you discovered it, your destiny would awaken. But now the seal is breaking, the veil is tearing, and nothing in heaven or on earth can stop what is coming. You feel the tremor beneath your feet. The void shakes, and one by one, more fragments of memory rain down. His voice calling your name, his hands gripping something tightly, his face turning away as though hiding tears. But as you gather the fragments, they refuse to fit. The picture remains broken. And then, one final shard falls into your hand. This one does not vanish, it burns with fire. Etched into it are words not of man, but of God. The Father you know is not the Father you carry. The Father you carry is the truth yet to be revealed. The shard sears your palm, and you drop it. The ground splits open beneath you, and suddenly you are standing at the gates of a colossal temple, its doors chained shut with links of shadow and fire. Upon the doors, carved in symbols older than language, is your family's name. The chains rattle, groaning as though they are alive, and from behind the doors you hear it, the sound that steals your breath, the sound that freezes your soul, the sound of your father's voice, crying, pleading, roaring all at once. Open it, child, open it, for they cannot hold me much longer. The angel lays his hand on your shoulder, his grip trembling with power. You must understand, when you open this door, you will not just see him, you will see the truth of yourself. And that truth will either break you or build you. But it cannot be ignored. It will not be delayed. The temple doors begin to glow. Cracks of golden light burst through the seams. Each chain snaps one by one, exploding into dust. The ground quakes. The sky above the temple shatters like glass, stars falling as though they can no longer hold their places. The veil itself groans like a dying beast, its final threads snapping. And in that final moment, as you stand before the last barrier between you and the truth, the voice of God thunders across eternity. Prepare, child, for once this door opens, you will hear it, the revelation that all creation has waited to declare. Your Father is... The temple shakes violently, light pouring out like a flood, shadows scattering in fear. You shield your eyes, your body trembling, your soul burning with both fear and longing. You know the moment is seconds away. The truth is at the edge of being spoken. And you realize with horror and hope, once those doors burst open, the world you knew will no longer exist. Your bloodline will change. Your destiny will ignite. And nothing will ever be the same again.
The ground beneath your feet trembles as if the very heart of the earth is struggling to hold itself together. The temple looms before you, towering higher than any mountain, crowned in fire, wrapped in storm. The chains that once bound its doors now lie shattered at your feet, smoking, their fragments glowing like dying coals. You stare at the massive gates, each carved with symbols you cannot understand, yet they feel familiar, as though they are etched into your very blood. These doors are alive, breathing, groaning, waiting. From behind them, the cries of your father thunder louder. Not gentle cries, not weak ones, but cries that shake the marrow of your bones. One moment, they sound like desperate pleas. Child, open, please, they are coming. The next, they erupt like roars of rage. Do not delay, the truth cannot stay buried. The voice echoes, splitting into many tones at once, as though more than one man is calling to you.
and yet it is still your Father. 100 versions of him overlapping, colliding, each begging to be heard. The sound alone bends your knees, almost breaking you beneath its weight. The angel at your side raises his sword, its blade now burning brighter than the sun. His voice is low, urgent, and shaken with a fear you have never seen in him before. Child, what you are about to face is not just truth, it is judgment. These doors do not open without a cost. Once they part, there is no turning back. The name you have carried, the blood you thought was yours, will be burned away. Are you prepared to bear what comes? Your lips tremble. You cannot answer. Your chest rises and falls, your breath like fire in your lungs. And then, for the first time since this journey began, you hear a sound unlike all the others. A heartbeat. But it is not your heartbeat. It is thunderous, ancient, echoing across the heavens. It beats once, twice, and the temple walls quake with each thump. You realize with horror and awe it is your Father's heart, trapped behind the gates, still alive, still bound, still waiting for release. The heartbeat grows louder, boom, boom, boom. Each pulse shakes loose another piece of the temple walls, sending slabs of stone crashing down around you. Dust and fire swirl through the air, choking your sight, clouding your breath. The angel's grip on your shoulder tightens, almost crushing. Do not be afraid, he says, though his own eyes tremble with the weight of what he sees. This has been written. You were chosen for this moment before you drew your first breath. You will not fall. You cannot fall. Suddenly, the heavens above the temple rip open. Light explodes downward, white and gold, burning through the darkness. A voice, God's voice, roars like a storm splitting the sea. It is time! The words ripple through creation itself, and every star in the sky flickers in response. The doors of the temple groan, their hinges straining, their carvings glowing brighter with fire. Slowly, painfully, the gates begin to part. The sound is unbearable, a screech like metal against eternity, echoing so loudly that it feels as though your very soul is being torn in half. The crack between the doors widens. A blinding light seeps through, searing your eyes, burning away the shadows clinging to your spirit. You raise your hands to shield yourself, but the light pierces through your flesh straight into your heart. And then it happens. You hear it, not from the outside, but from within you. A whisper, a revelation. The first words of the truth God has hidden all these years. It slips into your soul like a blade of fire. The man you called Father was never your father. The one behind this door is the truth. Your breath leaves you. The ground tilts. You stagger backward, your mind unraveling. Every memory you had of him, every smile, every word, every shadow fractures in an instant. You see it now, the gaps, the silences, the strange distance you could never explain. They were not accidents, they were evidence, signs that the man who raised you was only a mask, a placeholder, a guardian of the secret you were never meant to know until now. The angel lifts his sword higher. The gates shudder, opening wider. Light floods out, consuming the horizon, pushing the void away. The cries from within grow louder. Your father's cries, but now they sound clearer, closer, sharper, almost free. He calls your name one last time, not in rage, not in plea, but in love. A love so heavy it almost breaks your heart in two. And you know, the final veil is seconds from breaking. God's voice roars once more, shaking everything around you. Step forward, child. Step forward and receive the name that has been hidden, for your Father is... The doors fling wider, and a storm of light surges outward, wrapping around you, pulling you closer to the truth. You scream, not in fear, but in the unbearable weight of destiny pressing upon your chest. You are no longer just a witness. You are the vessel. You are the one chosen to carry the revelation that is about to break the world open.
The gates of the ancient temple now groan like the bones of creation itself. Every creak shakes the universe. Every inch of movement sends waves of fire tearing across the horizon. The air burns, the sky screams, the ground itself splits open beneath your feet, glowing with rivers of molten light, as if the foundations of reality are being torn apart by what is coming. The chains that once bound this temple are gone, but something far stronger now pulses behind those gates. A power so great it cannot be measured in years, nor in blood, nor in memory. It is eternal. It is living. It is your Father. The crack widens further. A storm of white gold fire blasts outward, flaying away the shadows that cling to your spirit. The light is no longer light. It is alive. It breathes. It watches. It judges. You feel it pierce every corner of your heart, exposing every hidden thought, every forgotten wound, every secret you buried within yourself. Nothing is hidden here. Nothing can be. For this is the chamber of truth, and truth has no mercy. You stumble forward, drawn by a force you cannot resist. Your knees scrape against the glowing floor, but you do not feel pain, only the unbearable pull of destiny. The angel who has stood by your side raises his sword, the flame around it now a living storm. His wings spread wide, covering the heavens, as his voice bellows above the roar of the temple. Child, this is the hour. Do not look away. What is revealed now will break you, but it will also make you. The doors split wider, and then you see it. A shape, a figure within the storm of light. At first it is blurred, like a shadow trying to stand in the middle of the sun. But then, piece by piece, it grows clearer. Shoulders broad as mountains, hands bound in chains of fire, eyes burning like twin stars, filled with both fury and tenderness. His face half hidden, but the outline, oh, the outline is unmistakable. It is him. It is your Father. Your breath catches. Your throat closes. For years you have carried the image of a man you thought was your father, the man who held your hand when you were small, the man who spoke words into your life, shaping your days. But this figure, the one imprisoned here, the one bound behind these gates, is not that man. He is taller, stronger, older than time itself. His very presence makes the air quake, and yet, in the depths of those burning eyes, you see something you recognize, something no prison of eternity could ever erase. A love carved in fire, a love that calls to you even now. The heartbeat returns, thundering louder than ever. Boom, boom, boom. The sound splits the clouds, shakes the stars, drowns the void. Each beat forces the chains around him to rattle. Each pulse sends sparks flying across the temple. He strains against them, his voice roaring out, a voice that could split mountains. Child, do not fear me. They hid me from you. They lied to you. They took my name and gave you another. But I am your Father. The words strike your soul like lightning. You collapse to the ground, clutching your chest as memories flood your mind. Memories you did not know you had. Flashes of a hand reaching for you in the dark. A voice calling your name when you were alone. A shadow standing guard over you while you slept. These were not dreams. They were fragments, whispers of the truth bleeding into your life through cracks in the veil. And now they return with fire, stitching themselves together until you see it clearly. The man you thought was your father was a stand-in, a mask, a guardian meant to shield you from this day. But the one chained before you, the one crying out through the gates, is the origin, the root, the truth. The angel beside you trembles, lowering his sword for the first time. His eyes glisten as he whispers, almost in sorrow, "The day has come. Heaven can no longer contain what has been hidden. The blood that runs through you is not ordinary. It is fire. It is thunder. It is his. And when his name is revealed, the world will break." The gates slammed open wider. The blinding light pours out in a flood, racing across creation, burning away every shadow that once covered your life. The figure of your father grows clearer still. His chains strain, glowing white-hot, melting under the weight of time. His voice shakes the heavens once more. "Child, look at me, know me. They cannot stop this any longer. The truth is yours." You raise your eyes, blinded yet seeing more clearly than ever before. And in that moment, the storm stills, the fire pauses, the temple itself falls silent, as though holding its breath. God's voice booms once more, tearing through the silence like a sword. "Step into the light, child, and receive the name. For this is the hour I have hidden since the beginning. Your father is about to be known." The angel grips your arm, steadying you. The chains rattle, the light intensifies, the heartbeat becomes unbearable, and you step forward into the fire. The veil of the temple shreds like paper, and for the first time, your father's full form begins to emerge from the prison of eternity. The revelation is seconds away. The truth is almost spoken. Heaven, earth, and all creation lean in, waiting for the words that will change everything. The chains scream as they split apart, one by one, snapping like fragile threads before the eternal fire. Each burst of light shakes the stars. Each explosion of power rattles the pillars of heaven. The angel raises his sword high, crying out, "The time is now. The truth can no longer be hidden." The gates fly open fully, and the storm of light bursts outward with a roar that shatters the silence of creation. And there, stepping forward, is your father. Not the man you thought, not the shadow you knew, but the origin, the eternal one, clothed in light, crowned in fire, eyes burning with a love too fierce to be contained. His voice is thunder, yet tender as a whisper. "Child, it is I. I have never left you. I have been here, waiting, hidden until this hour. They tried to erase me. They tried to bury my name. But nothing in heaven or earth could separate you from me, for I am your true father." Your knees give way. The truth tears through you like fire, yet heals you in the same breath. Memories return. Whispers become shouts. Every hidden sign now blazes like a constellation across your soul. You were never abandoned. You were never fatherless. The real father was always here, concealed in fire, guarding you, waiting for this moment when heaven itself would rip open to declare the truth. The angel falls to his knees, wings spread wide, shouting, "Holy, holy, holy is the name of the Father, who was and is to come." And then the sky itself bends low.
God's voice fills the cosmos like a billion trumpets, shaking every corner of existence. Child, the hour has come. The secret is no more. Your Father is revealed. Rise and walk in his name. The storm breaks. The veil is gone. Your Father's arms open, light pouring from him, and as you step into that embrace, the world itself changes. The chains fall forever. The name you are waiting for burns across the heavens, written in fire. All creation trembles, all creation bows, for the truth is finally known. Your Father is not who you thought. He is greater. He is eternal. He is divine. If you felt this revelation in your spirit, type Amen in the comments. If you believe God is exposing the hidden truth in your life, type Yes, Father, boldly. And if you claim this promise over your life today, type 777 and watch how heaven responds.